Welcome to the newest installment of the Untitled Film Nerd Project. My name is Philip, and joining me as always is TJ.
Hello.
We are at the end, folks, of Stranger Things Season 2. This is Chapter 9, The Gate. A little callback to an 80s horror movie that I loved as a child.
As a child.
We'll do a separate video on that one day.
Yeah.
I'll watch it again just to see. But that's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about the very final episode in Season 2. It was about what I expected. And there was... Man, this was a rough one to take notes on, because holy crap.
Yeah.
There were so many cuts. Like, I have 4 pages of notes and so many cuts. But we'll go through it. So, we pick back up at the Elle Jane reunion, and... basically, we get the gist that Elle can close the gate, which was a literal gate, and not what I thought the gate was. I thought they did a poor job of explaining what that was.
Yeah.
And the whole time I'm like, girl, you need to wipe your nose. But we see, like, the reuniting of, Elle and everybody that knows Elle, and Elle gave the cold shoulder to Max.
Poor Max.
I know, because that stupid, like, oh, missed opportunity time thing, whatever. Poor timing. I hate that stuff. And then Mike and Hopper have a little spat because Mike is pissed that Elle was with him the whole time. Then we cut to Nancy's mom's house, and I don't know how people can sleep through doorbells, but I don't know. I don't sleep that well.
Especially those doorbells.
Right? And then we get, like, super charming sex machine Billy.
Like he just came right off the cover of the romance novel that she was reading.
Yeah, like damn, her fantasy became reality. Oh my god, the sexual tension was played so well. And he did that like heartthrob to an older lady thing so well. It was a good scene. So it was kind of funny to see him being charming at the same time. He's a dick. So at this point, I didn't understand what the gate was. Because, like I said, I thought they did a poor job of really explaining that. Because I thought the gate was the breach at the top and the hole. That's what I assumed the gate was. I did not know it was a big giant red thing. I thought that was just like a pulsing. Maybe you got that. I didn't.
No.
Like I did not realize that's where everything came from. Thought they could have done a way better job of explaining that. Because I wrote, even if you close the gate, the Mind Flayer will still be there. The tunnels will still be there because I thought the gate was higher. So I thought it was just kind of a Band-Aid, which ended up kind of being. We go to Steve and Nancy having a little talk where they kind of reconcile their mutual understanding. As Nancy and Jonathan are now a thing, and Steve is, he's the leader of the Babysitters Club.
And he took it really well?
Yeah. It was, yeah. I understand what all the memes about Steve are about now.
Yeah. Well, I don't yet, but that's just because I haven't seen them yet.
Oh, okay, yeah. There's a few other than the Babysitters Club one. Yeah, then they're so basically they're getting ready to split off into different groups. So we'll have 3 ongoing like timelines at the same time. So Elle, Jane, and Mike talk. They almost kiss, foreshadowing. The Babysitters Club gets left behind. So we have Babysitters Club, we have Hopper and Elle, and we have Jonathan, Joyce, and Will.
Who have decided to just straight up burn the shadow creature out of Will.
Yes, exactly. And I thought that Hopper's directions to the cabin were a little vague. Like, go to this oak tree, and then you make a left, and then there's a dead end, and then you just walk for 5 minutes. Well, where?
Yeah, it's the fucking woods.
Which way do you walk for 5 minutes? In front of the dead end? Do you go left or right? I thought that was a little vague. But somehow they found it. So Hopper and Elle are on the way to the Institute to try and close the breach or whatever, the gate. And While they're doing that, the Babysitters Club decides to formulate a plan to lure the demi-dogs away from the Institute so that they can focus on closing the gate. And then, like you said, plot number 3 that's going on is that Joyce and Jonathan have taken Will to Hopper's cabin to try and burn out the shadow creature, whatever. I liked the talk that Hopper and Elle had on the way to the Institute.
Yes.
I really like when adults talk to kids like they're normal people.
Mm-hmm.
I hate when kids are treated stupid. I don't, like, in real life, like, people tell me that I'm really good with kids. It's probably because I just talk to them like they're regular fucking people. I don't talk down to them. You won't understand. I don't say any of that shit. Just talk to a kid like it's a regular person, and they'll respect you. And they'll like you for it. Then we have the showdown we've been waiting for between Billy and Steve. And holy crap, I think Angry Mullet is on coke.
Yeah.
Like, dang, like, it reminds me of growing up with a family member that I will respectfully not name who did a copious amount of coke growing up. And this family member they would get hit and do that. They would laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I swear to God, he's doing coke. Steve puts up a hell of a fight until Billy has to cheat, use a plate, and then just proceeds to whomp on his ass. And then finally, Max, like, quote unquote, stands up to initially.
Yeah, and then some.
Yeah, she injects Angry Mullet with some of that sleeping stuff they were using on Will, and he doesn't go straight to sleep, probably because of the dosage and he's a bigger guy.
And he's on coke.
Yeah, he's on coke. Coke versus whatever dopamine is in that. So then Max finally stands up to Angry Mullet and brings that nail bat right between his legs. Yep. It's like, you leave me and my friends the fuck alone. She didn't say that, but that's pretty much the gist.
Introduces his balls to Negan's bat.
Yeah, pretty much. And when you have your balls, inches away, centimeters away from Negan's bat, you acquiesce to the request.
Yes. And he passed the fuck out.
Yeah. So, very cool scene. Then we have a lot of quick takes, and I wrote them all down. We're at the cabin with Joyce, Will, and Jonathan. They're lighting the heaters up. We hop back to Hopper and Elle Jane. They arrive at the Institute. We hop over to the Babysitters Club. They're driving to the original hole. If there's anything you want to interject in here, let me know.
I did enjoy Max's short round cosplay.
Max's short round cosplay.
Short round from Indiana Jones.
I know who it is, but I'm trying to remember, like, how is it a cosplay?
Driving with something tied to your feet.
See, that went over my head. Once again, good eye. This is why TJ is my movie buddy. Then we go back to the cabin with Will again. They're turning up the heaters, trying to burn this out of him. Then we go back to the Babysitters Club. They're going down into the hole. They enter the tunnels. Then we go back to Hopper and Elle Jane going inside the Institute. They run into Dr. Reiser, who has been bitten in the leg or something. And Hopper and Dr. Reiser have a little discussion where Hopper says, hey, after this is over, let's let Elle Jane have a fucking normal life.
Mm-hmm.
Then we jump back to the Babysitters Club. They're in the tunnels. Dustin gets sprayed in the face because he's an idiot. And it was a fake out. And they start throwing gasoline all over the place. So these are really quick takes because everything's happening it's happening simultaneously in 3 different spots.
Yeah.
So they have to try and get the shadow monster thing out of Will before they light the thing on fire. And it's just everything. And while at the same time, Hopper and Elle Jane are on their way to the gate. So we go back to the cabin where it's a full-blown fucking exorcism.
Yeah.
And the shadow monster breaks free and starts choking Joyce. We hop back to Hopper and Elle Jane. And they're starting her powers trying to close the gate. So while Hopper and Elle Jane are getting down into the gate, we see demi-dogs running.
Hopper and Elle Jane encounter a room full of the demi-dogs.
He uses his knife to look into the room, and they see a bunch of demi-dogs. Because I had sees a bunch of demi-dogs. I'm like, why the fuck do I have that written? Because I see them a lot.
Nancy was back at the exorcism, and
Yes, yes. I don't
after
know why I have Babysitters Club there then.
yeah,
Yeah, because yeah. So then we go back to the cabin, and I have written, "How about you help Nancy?" Because like Will is being exorcised of his demons.
and choking the shit out of his mom.
Yeah, choking the shit out of Joyce, and she's just standing there. She finally
Mm.
does help by burning him with like an eye, like one of those
Fire
fire
poker.
poker things. Yeah. And then we have three things happening at the same time, like bam, bam, bam. We have exorcism taking place. We have the Babysitters Club lighting the shit on fire, and we have Hopper and them getting ready to fight the demi-dogs. But the fire is started, and the smoke monster leaves. The demon is exorcised. As the fire started, the demi-dogs leave, clearing the path for
Hopper and LJ.
exactly. So much shit's going on. And my notes are just crazy. So yes, anyone on Patreon, keep an eye out for the scanned notes to be up there. So then they give Elle a badass like walking into the room scene, getting ready to go into the little like what the fuck are those things called? The elevator thing
Yeah.
to get lower to face off what ended up being the gate that I didn't know was the gate. Mike gets caught in the tunnels. They free him. And then I wrote, Elle Jane starts her powers on the red thing, which is apparently the source.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm making a shrugging motion, and you can't see me doing it. I'm just like, okay. Meanwhile, as they're trying to escape the tunnels, the Babysitters Club comes upon Dart. And Three Musketeer sales have to be going through the roof right now.
Yes.
I'm just saying, they are the ego of this season.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to get everybody up the rope back out, and the last two are Dustin and Steve, and the demi-dogs are right on them. But what happens?
They just zoom right past them
Why is that?
because they know some shit is going down at the gate.
Exactly. So pretty cool. Then we get our awesome scene of Elle Jane going like full Super Saiyan, and just she closes the gate.
Mm-hmm. As Hopper is pulling full Resident Evil 5
Yeah.
game mode and shooting demi-dogs left and right, leaping towards them.
Like his automatic rifle stops, so he grabs his shotgun. I was like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But FYI, shotguns are my favorite weapons in survival horror games,
Yes.
by the way. Just going to say that. Be it Silent Hill or Resident Evil. And
Yes.
and even in The Last of Us, I use shotguns most of all. If I wasn't using a sniper rifle, because you have to be fucking stealthy in that game. Anyway, so they win. Yay. They win. The gate is closed. Elle thankfully doesn't die, because they kind of hinted at that. But she went like, she pushed her ass that time. Like her eyes went like crazy black, and not all the way black, like her pupils were just like, whoa. And her both sides of her nose were bleeding. She was using both hands. It was really cool. Awesome scene.
She was straight up floating in the air.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, it was really awesome. Really awesome. And then all the demi-dogs, I like the shot of the demi-dogs falling.
And that shot of Darth dead.
That was so sad. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
poor Dart. Then we go to 1 month later. We find out that Hawkins is now under investigation due to the tapes that crazy weirdo guy sent.
Mm-hmm.
I love the line when Hopper and Dr. Reiser are in the diner, and Dr. Reiser asks me if he wants his food. He says, I'm on a diet. I thought that was a really nice wink nudge to Hellboy.
Yes.
Because I've seen the still photos from Hellboy, and I'm like, that is not the same dude.
Mm-hmm.
Hopper gets a birth certificate for Jane. Really cool. But Dr. Reiser tells him to lay low for about a year.
Mm-hmm.
Just to let things die down.
But it's just cool as shit that Dr. Reiser did that.
Yeah, it's cool he ended up being a good guy.
Yes.
I didn't like Sean Astin's character, but in the end he still was a good guy. And not,
Yes.
not a spy like we were thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Then we go to a school dance, which actually kind of looks like a regular school dance. So
Yeah.
Thank you for not blowing something out of proportion, high school parties.
Including all the kids on the sidelines, sitting on the bleachers.
I wrote that. I wrote people in the bleachers equals my spot.
Yeah.
That's where I was during those fucking dances.
Same.
Because I never had a date. I thought they were fucking stupid, and my parents made me go. I didn't like them. I thought they were dumb. So we have a really cool montage of everyone getting ready and the parents taking pictures or video. So that was really cool. We see Dustin using his Farrah Fawcett spray. Which I kind of cracked up laughing at. Then we're at the dance, and I liked the scene with Max and Lucas kind of branching off in Dustin's face. I thought it was really well played. Like, we don't often see that kind of storyline in shows, especially involving like kids that age.
Yes.
So it was really well done. Some random girl wants to dance with Will, so okay, whatever. They had to branch them off somehow. Then poor Dustin gets shot down. I felt so bad.
And shot down.
And shot down and ran away from until finally Nancy saves the day. Because she's awesome.
Yes.
We cut outside to Joyce outside with Hopper. And what I was kind of hoping would happen. Because Hopper would be like the best dad. And Elle Jane shows up. So awesome. And they start dancing, Mike and Elle. And they kiss, finally. Which was cute. But wait, there's more. What happened?
Oh, yeah, that's right. The camera starts to do the slow pull away from the dance.
Uh-huh.
And I loved the little twist it churned. And it churned all the way upside down. And we see the upside down place with the shadow monster looming over the school.
Yeah, the lightning like flashes. And you see the shadow monster right over the school while I'll Be Watching You is playing.
Yes.
Fucking brilliant.
Which, in my opinion, it's always been one of the creepiest damn songs from the 80s.
Yes. I thought the last Time After Time, playing during the initial everyone slow dancing, had dual meaning. A lot of these songs did have dual meaning. So we had the Runaway song in episode 7. Thought that was really cool. We have Time After Time, which, if you think about it, what's the upside down place?
Yeah.
And then I'll Be Watching You was perfect.
Yes.
So I think it was a really cool ending because it can track them.
Yeah.
Somehow, which is really cool. So obviously we're not done yet. We knew that because it's been, already renewed for 4 seasons. But yeah, I was very pleased with the ending. I mean, it's what we expected. I do have a few qualms, but we can discuss that during our season 2 roundup review thing. So overall, very solid episode.
Yes.
And a good ending.
Yeah, great conclusion. And it leaves... always like shows when they do endings like this as opposed to a cliffhanger.
Yeah, I was expecting that.
I like it when shows give an ending that can either be a complete ending or you can move on further with more stories.
Right. So it'll be interesting to see what happens now.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, solid episode and solid way to end the season, I thought.
Yes, agreed.
Anything else you'd like to add about this episode?
No, I think we about covered it.
All right. Well, that wraps up this episode. Thank you for listening. Tell us what you thought of this episode and or season 2, or you can wait and watch our season 2 overall thoughts, which will be coming up next. Please like, share, and subscribe. There will be no tomorrow for this as the season is over, so keep an eye out for the next video, which will be our thoughts on season 2. In the meantime, my name is Philip.
And I'm TJ.
And we will talk to you in the next video. Goodbye.
Bye.